We finally arrived at the moment you've been waiting for all season. It's not the Emmys or the ESPYs or that blockbuster trade that's finally going to put your team on the map. It's that moment where we reflect, honor, and cherish what has been a wild, wicked, and sometimes wonderful 2020 season.
Welcome to Pop Dust's first annual NFL Awards show. My name is Ashmir Prasad, here with Ariana Prasad, no relation, as we like to mention. And this isn't just going to be like any other NFL Awards show. We've added a nice pop culture spin to some of the categories. So let's kick it off with our first one, which is the People's Choice. And this is just the guy in the NFL who everybody adores, has great things to say, and he's just well loved within the NFL. So here are the nominees. And our winner is, I don't know if this is a prediction or not, but of course, Deshaun Watson. If you followed along with Ariana and I, we've talked about time and time and again how much we adore Watson, how much we're hoping and praying he gets sent to another franchise that has the playmaking centered around him, has weapons on the sidelines, and is just an all-around great team. Or we're hoping that Houston can change their entire game and add more pieces to Watson. We're not really sure how that whole thing's going to turn out, but we're hoping for the best on that.
So this category is the best kick game, and the nominees are and the winner is Jarvis Landry with his Chadwick Boseman Black Panther cleats. The swift, relentless losses felt in 2020 echoed throughout the entire NFL season. While Kobe and Gianna Bryant's deaths shook us to our core, there was another cultural icon that was lost in 2020 that shocked us all. Black Panther star Chadwick Boseman. That's why this year's winner of Best Cleats goes to Jarvis Landry's touching tribute to Boseman. The high-quality artwork captured the real-life Black superhero who inspired a generation.
So for our third category, we've got the best flow, and we've seen a ton of cool hair trends within the NFL, so we had to stack up a good group of nominees to really prove who would be the winner here. And here are the nominees. And the winner we selected was Jamie Gillan from the Cleveland Browns. And unless you're a Browns fan or a huge football fan, you're probably wondering where Jamie came from. But, you know, when that guy takes his helmet off and you see his hair flowing in the wind, you definitely understand why. So although punters are usually overlooked, we definitely didn't overlook Jamie in this category.
While all NFL players have elite football talent, some happen to be a little better at social media than others. So we created a category for the Golden Thumbs. And the nominees are and the winner is Tom Brady. TV12 is the GOAT squared. The greatest of all time is also the greatest of all Twitter. To be fair, Tom doesn't exactly run his own Twitter. The Brandon King has a company that does it for him. It's actually a pretty cool story. In 2017, Shadowline is a company that Tom helped to found to help his off-field branding efforts. And they've actually made a few videos for other players like Patrick Mahomes and Jalen Ramsey. So if you see Tom's perfectly manicured content, now you know who's really behind it and why everyone is jumping on the Brady social bandwagon.
Our next award is the Baby Yoda Award, which I know we've been calling Patrick Mahomes the Baby Yoda of the Super Bowl, but for this one, we're going to use it as the Rookie of the Year. And here are our nominees. And the winner is Justin Jefferson. Now, I know there was a lot of talk about Justin Herbert, but Jefferson had done so well in the end of the season for the Vikings, and he actually set the rookie record of 1,400 receiving yards. And so for those little things, and we know he's going to have a stellar future, that's why we chose Jefferson as our Baby Yoda.
For football and non-football fans alike, one of the best things about the NFL are the touchdown celebrations. We love to see how creative guys can get, especially when they work together with their teammates. So our next category is the best touchdown celly. And the nominees are and the winner winner is Kirk Cousins with the Gritty. Now, you might be wondering why Kirk Cousins won this award because everyone was laughing when he did the Gritty. This was our most disputed category this year. It's hard to pick a favorite amongst, as I said, the hand sanitizing, the Key and Peele double pump, and the Soul Trains that the Colts did. But here's a hint as to who won. Our baby Yoda was a part of it. The Gritty actually has a really interesting story. It came all the way from a locker room in South Louisiana and traveled up through LSU. The players all adopted it, and then it went all the way up to Minnesota. Justin Jefferson was the one who brought it up there. We had players like Jarvis Landry doing it for the Browns, but Minnesota, it really spread like wildfire. We had Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, and the best one, which is what we said, was Kirk Cousins. He did his own iteration of it. And while Southerners definitely did it best, Kirk Cousins was certainly the most memorable.
Now, we know there are a ton of mistakes that are made throughout any sports season. And for this category, we've got the Butt Fumble Lifetime Achievement Award, which typically just means that there's been some mess ups and these were our top choices. So here are the nominees of the Butt Fumble Lifetime Achievement Award. And the winner is Todd Gurley with his accidental touchdown that led to a loss against Detroit. Atlanta has lost a lot of games in their lifetime, and they lost a ton this season. And because of this mistake by Todd Gurley, the Falcons lost again. And we gave this the winner because it was just so unfortunate. I think Atlanta should have taken this one home, and they didn't. And so for that reason, sorry, Todd Gurley, your butt fumble cost you the game.
As a vegan, I'm not the biggest fan of eating beef, but when I get a taste of it in the NFL, I tend to savor it. We have our next category, which is Best Beef. And the nominees are and the winner is the Golden Tate Jalen Ramsey fight from week 4. What's beef? Beef is when helmets clash in the streets. Beef is when flying fists start to meet. Beef is when I see you, guaranteed to be in the ICU. I adapted the lyrics a little, but Biggie's classic Life After Death diss track explains it perfectly. Beef is when the feud follows you wherever you go. That's exactly what happened this year to the winners of this year's beef, which is Jalen Ramsey and Golden Tate. Their fisticuffs dust up during and after a Week 4 matchup between the Rams and Giants was a family affair, but not in the way that you might expect. You see, Ramsey used to date Tate's younger sister, Brianna, but when Brianna became pregnant with Ramsey's child, he left her high and dry during her pregnancy. Golden didn't take too kindly to that, so when he had the chance to pummel Ramsey, he did. The two might win Best Beef, but I think Golden deserves the Best Brother of the Year award. And as for Ramsey, well, I think he gets Worst Boyfriend of the Century.
What is the big man on campus? The MVP. Who makes an MVP? These nominees have really shown that they can carry their teams no matter what the circumstances in this season and really prove that they belong in the MVP category. So here are our nominees. And the winner is, I'm sure you guessed it, was Aaron Rodgers. We chose Rodgers prior to that really bad postseason loss because the way he played this season with Devontae Adams was just spectacular. He carried the momentum, carried the energy, and proved that he is not an old quarterback yet. So congratulations to Aaron Rodgers for the big man on campus or MVP award.
While most of our categories honor the excellence of NFL players and teams, we have one special category that honors excellence for a different reason, for completely blowing it. For this year's Excellence in Breakdowns, the nominees are and the winner is the Atlanta Falcons for their Week 2 loss to the Dallas Cowboys. Ever since that blown 28-3 Super Bowl loss, the Falcons have perfected the art of blowing the lead. While there were some excellent contenders for this year's award, the Falcons' 39-40 loss to the Cowboys in Week 2 won out as the most dysfunctional. To put that in perspective, the Falcons ended the first quarter with a 20-point lead. Yeah, it was that bad of a breakdown.
Playing fantasy football is not easy, and it's definitely not for everyone. But when you go through that draft day and you find out that you've picked somebody that changes the entire season for you on that first round, you feel super excited. For our fantasy steal of the season, we needed to decide who changed someone's game. And here are the nominees. And the winner is, I'm sure you didn't guess this one, Davante Adams. Adams was stellar throughout the season. I'm pretty sure he had like a 40-point game at one point because him and Aaron Rodgers were just singing to each other throughout the game. Without Davante Adams, I don't think Rodgers would have won that MVP award we granted him earlier, and I think Adams is well deserving of winning a lot of fantasy teams this season.
Well, we've given so much credit to NFL players for their talent and ingenuity throughout this awards show. We also have to give a little bit of recognition to the coaches that helped them achieve greatness. This year, we have our final award, the Mr. Miyagi Award for the best coach in the NFL. And the nominees are... And the winner is Sean McDermott. Sean McDermott brought one of the NFL's biggest underdogs all the way to the AFC Championship, and he's only been coaching for the Buffalo Bills since 2017. You may not be surprised because Sean McDermott has been an excellent coach who really stood out this NFL season. He brought one of the NFL's biggest underdogs all the way to the AFC Championship, and he's only been coaching there since 2017. It's been a steady ascent for the Bills, and Bills Mafia couldn't be happier. The way that McDermott has been able to build a threatening pass attack with Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, and even Cole Beasley has been difficult to put into words, but the cheers from Bills Mafia this offseason captured it perfectly. Finally, a 25-year drought has been put to rest. Now, there were a few categories that didn't make the awards show cut, but we wanted to honor their achievements here. Here are the winners for Best Big Man Touchdown, the James Harrison Award, and Best Stiff Arm.
We want to thank you all for tuning in to Popdust's first annual NFL Awards show. We hope you enjoyed seeing who we thought should win these awards and all the nominees.
And we'd love to hear what you think, so be sure to follow us on all Popdust's social channels, like our pages, subscribe, and start a conversation with us. We're open. We love to talk football.
We'll see you guys next time. Thank you.